Hi, this is Allie,
And this is Kristen.
and we're Yuri in real life. This is our 2016 collection. It has changed a lot since 2016, but we just wanted to do a bookmarker of what our collection looked like, last year. We just started last year. I think Kristen said in our intro video that we started November.
Yeah, late November.
So we've got a problem. Welcome to the club, I guess. All right, so we're kind of going to go through this where my nails are blue, Kristen's are pink, and we're just going to point to the ones that we own or just kind of talk about the ones we own. You start off, Kristen.
Okay. The first one is All You Need Is Kill. Pretty timeless title. Obviously a one-shot, so it's complete. If you love the movie Edge of Tomorrow, which both of us really, really do, I highly recommend giving this one a read. I've had this one for a while actually, but it's just absolutely fantastic. I'd actually seen the movie before I read the manga, so it was really interesting to see how the two differed, and they do differ. So awesome read, highly recommend it.
I have still not read it. I know, I'm bad. All right, next up is mine. It's the Ancient Magus Bride. I do not like shoujo, but this I kept catching my eye in Barnes and Noble, the art on the covers, and I got the first one on a whim, and oh my god, I might do a review of this later because the art is just mind-blowing. It's so beautiful. That's probably one of my top picks for 2016. Bakuman, Kristen got for me to kind of try out. I am having a hard time getting through the first volume based on like the teenage love thing. Not my bag of tea, but I think eventually I'll get into it.
Next is Battle Royale. I just picked this one up at Half Price Books. It looked pretty cool. It's a little older, but it kind of has a Hunger Games sort of feel to it, and it's kind of a post-apocalyptic, dystopian kind of compete for your life kind of thing. That's really all I know about it right now, as I haven't read through it just yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll really like it.
A lot of people tend to say that the Hunger Games is based off of Battle Royale. All right, so next is Black Clover. I've heard a lot of rumblings that people think it's generic. I think it's a really fun, quick read. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to continue getting it up to date, and that's that.
The next one is this huge volume of Blam, Volume 1. It's of the reprint, which they've just started doing, and I haven't read it yet, but it looks super sci-fi, and I am so excited to give it a read. The fact that it's this huge-ass volume also really excites me for no apparent reason. The previous prints are all
really expensive.
Yeah, they're all really expensive, and these new ones look absolutely fantastic.
They're huge though.
They are huge. That's all I know on that one thus far, but I'm really looking forward to it. The next is Citrus 1 through 5. That's up to date. A fantastic Yuri manga series. I might actually do a review on this one later on. It's about two, by definition, stepsisters, which really turns Allie off. She just can't get over that. But as someone who has two older stepsisters and kind of I'm just familiar with the situation, and compared to my own situation with my stepsisters and that of the two girls in Citrus, it's not a problem for me. But the Yuri,
you realize you just come off sounding really creepy when you said
yeah,
that.
I know, right? I love my stepsisters.
No,
what about you guys?
No.
It's not like that, I swear.
I'm terrified now.
You should be. But yeah, they're great. 1 through 5, they're great. The one thing I don't particularly care for these is that the covers make it look like it's really like bodice ripper, kind of trashy even. And I use that with, the utmost respect. All the props to the artists. But it's not like that at all. So it looks like porn with plot, but it's totally not. So yeah, maybe more to come on that one later. The next one is Dead Man Wonderland. I've honestly only read the first one, but I really, really liked it. It has a really interesting kind of sci-fi, but kind of prison premise as well. I don't know a whole lot about it yet because like I said, I've only read the first one, but we were at Half Price Books and I saw that they had 1 through 13, which is the whole series, for $35, and I thought that I would have to be
An idiot.
Not to get that, so I snagged those up pretty darn fast. So yeah, that's currently on my to-read list. Like I said, I've only read the first one, but from what I've read so far, they look really great. Next is Death Note, the Black Edition. I absolutely love these omnibuses. I'm kind of a sucker for omnibuses, so I'm always on the lookout for them. I only have 1 through 4. I know that there's
a lot.
There's a lot. There's like, I feel like there's like 8. That could be totally wrong. So I'm sorry if I am. But I'm into, I believe, the 3rd one now. I cannot get enough of these. I know they're a little dark for Allie's taste.
No, they're fine. I love the anime. It's just I know the story so well that I don't really feel the need to reread it in manga form.
See, I haven't seen much of the anime yet, but from what I've read of the manga, I'm completely addicted.
Okay, so this one's mine. I picked this up on a whim. There's a funny story around this one in that I was so new to manga when I picked this one up that I didn't know that if it's wrapped in plastic, it's graphic. I just thought the cover looked really awesome, looked like a strong female. I mean, who isn't into that? So this is Die Were Gilder. I probably said that really bad. Feel free to... I don't know. Just feel free to mock me in the comments. That's fine. So... I took this to work with me, and I work at a pretty religious, conservative company, so I'm like on my lunch break reading through, and I'm just so shocked by what I'm seeing and so like interested in the violence and, you know, the explicitness of it that I don't even really stop right away because I'm like, no one's really looking at me. And I have a retired chaplain that sits behind me, so... That was a choice. But once it got to the dildo, I think actually a strap-on, I decided to close the book. So...
Yeah, as someone with a grown-up job,
yeah,
that was probably a good idea.
Yeah, yep. I still, you can see I'm fairly early into it. When I'm kind of in the mood, I'll pick that back up again. I actually might read that today.
The mood for what?
Don't judge me. So this is Dimension W. I really like the premise of this. Science fiction is my jam. So I will probably keep buying this up to date. You're not seeing up to date here because this is for 2016. All right. Dogs, I enjoy kind of. I'm actually thinking about selling these for cheap just because I don't think I'm going to go all the way to complete on this. Doubt, in my mind, super predictable. I knew from like the first chapter who was probably the bad guy just on the way it's framed, and because of that, there's no rereading this for me. I'll probably also sell this for pretty cheap just to kind of get it out of the collection. I plan to only really keep things that I enjoy in the collection. Gangsta is my jam. This is awesome. I love this so much. The covers are so freaking beautiful. Like, it's great. It's adult themed. It's complex. It's awesome. There are a couple plot holes, but I'm only halfway through. So maybe those will fill up. Maybe they won't. Just enjoy the ride. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Girlfriends is actually one of the first mangas that I ever bought, aside from like when I was a teenager in middle school. I was just intrigued by Yuri, but not like this hypersexual Yuri, just like something a little bit more chill. This is a really sweet story. Getting through volume 1, Kristen can say, is a little hard as adult females.
Yeah, it's a little slow starting.
It's just kind of super girly, and while I'm girly, it's just... Whew.
Yeah, it's a little too vanilla there at the start.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh my god, have deeper thoughts. But teenagers, so, you know, that's that.
The next one is Volume 1 of I'm a Hero. That's for the omnibus. Like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with those. If you like zombie apocalyptic stuff, this is your jam. If you like awkward weirdos, this is also your
I'm
jam.
a little terrified by this guy from what I've seen of it.
This guy, this main character in this manga, oh my god, it's a kind of a combination of like hilarity, awkwardness, and then you have like the zombie thing going on as well. I am really into this right now. I got through this one pretty quick once I actually like sat down and spent some time on it. And it's fantastic. I can't wait to get through the next one. Awesome omnibus from Dark Horse. Cannot wait for more. The next one, excuse my scooch, is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? To my knowledge, this is also an anime, which I really had no idea until after I kind of brought the first one home with me. But it's adorable.
It's also based on light novels. So if you want to get the farthest in the story, you're going to want to read the light novels. I believe there's also a spin-off. So if you're really into it, there's a lot of content there.
Which I'm really excited to kind of explore. Just based on it kind of has a weird kind of video game aspect to it, where you like become part of the game and you live it, and you know, there's talk of levels and dungeon monsters.
It's kind of meta, but it isn't really. They take some mechanics of video games,
yes,
but they kind of frame it in a god mythology kind of way. So it's kind of a hybrid there.
Yeah, there's definitely like the fantasy aspects mixed with kind of video games and, like you said, the god aspect. Really fun read, really fast read. I've actually read through the second one as well, and I have the third one. Those will be on a later video, but really excited to read more of this.
This is actually a light novel. Strawberry Panic is a Yuri, an older one for sure. I think I watched the anime off of some janky site when I was like 18 years old. God, I'm so old now. Anyway, so I got this hoping that it would fill in a little bit more of the gaps. This story was never completed, so it just kind of cuts off. Especially the anime, which we actually found last week, that I was pretty excited to get that on DVD. Anyway, so I am not very far in this, mainly because light novels, as an English major, it's really hard to read something with such light prose. But it's also really great, like when I'm really tired from work or whatever, to kind of just pick up a novel that you don't have to think very much. All right, guys. This was a very bad experiment with
pot. It was a bad experience. No, just kidding.
Thrift books. So let me just kind of pull out these a little bit. So I was like, Thrift Books has manga. Let's see kind of what we get. I probably paid way too much for these, especially because it's an omnibus now.
And the condition that they're in.
Yeah, the condition sucks. So they had these stickers on here, and it really just kind of, they're just beat up. They're real beat up.
I feel like this is what happens when you buy Tokyo Pop. Is that a wrong thing to assume?
Sometimes yes and no. My caution here is not necessarily from Tokyo Pop, but from buying your manga off of Thrift Books, because they're overpriced for the condition that they're in. Yeah. I would say if you want them used, go to your local resale bookshop and get them there. All right, Log Horizon, The West Wind Brigade. I was really excited about this because Log Horizon is one of my favorite animes of all time. I just love it. But this manga is just too harem for me. So I'll probably end up selling it for cheap just to get it out of the collection. It's kind of sad because I just love this world. I'm super into game mechanics and gaming, and so this is just kind of a bummer. All right.
Oh, okay, so Magi is actually mine, believe it or not, but I have
Technically, I have the first one.
Magi is technically mine. I own, like, maybe a third of what we have. I have not touched it yet, but Allie has.
I love it. I was so hesitant. I was like, oh, the covers are so great. The concept looks really childish. But Kristen picked up 2 through 6 at Half Price Books. Pretty damn cheap.
The artwork is just amazing.
The artwork is phenomenal. I love the story so far. I'm the one who keeps getting more. It would be really awesome to get this up to date. I plan on doing that this year. That's gonna happen super easy through like Barnes and Noble sales, or I'm hesitant to use Right Stuff because I've had bad experiences with them, but we'll see. Yeah, so to be up to date in the future. Now I'm assuming this is just planets. I think this is complete. If you know whether or not this is complete, please let me know in the comments because I absolutely love this manga. It's probably one of my favorites. The whole thing with dealing with space and emotions and ambition and all of that, it's just awesome.
There is a lot of depth to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even very far into the first one, and I can tell you right now that there's a lot of meat to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like really meaty, in-depth manga, definitely give this one a shot.
Yep. Seraph of the End. This is the light novel, which is kind of a prequel based on Gurren. Oh god, I'm gonna butcher this. Gurren Echino. Please only mock me a little bit. Anyway,
We're from the Midwest, people.
Yeah, I can barely say English correctly. So Seraph of the End, the light novels, I actually prefer this story. I think it's pretty interesting. I'll probably get this to complete and read through it. It's a pretty quick read. Speaking of Seraph of the End, Vampire Rain, I think I prefer the anime to the manga just because I started with the anime. I really do not have any plans on completing this manga. It's just scene for scene what's in the anime, so it seems kind of silly to complete the manga at the price it is when I can watch the anime on one of our streaming services. So I'll probably sell these for cheap just to kind of clear it out of the collection. Vagabond, also mine. I got these for $10 each at Half Price Books. I haven't even started reading them, to be honest. But I've heard a lot of people say they're gorgeous, they're wonderful, so it's on my to-do. Vinland Saga, all-time favorite. Love this series. You'll see in the January manga haul that with the money that I got for Christmas, I am up to date with this now. I read the first chapter on the Kodansha Comics website, and oh my god, I fell in love with it. So please support this one. They're always just kind of saying, well, we don't know if we're gonna finish it. They better finish it because it's just awesome. I love it so much. So if I had to pick a favorite out of all this would be my favorite. And that is our 2016 collection. We're kind of hoping to do one every single year just to kind of show points in time where we started.
And to show, really, our lack of, any self-control.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Look forward to any comments, questions, recommendations you might have. We should be having a manga haul for the month of January sometime pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Awesome.
Later!